called Kirby's Pinball Land. And Kirby's all over the place.
Welcome back, everyone, to Kirby Week! And we're going to continue with the Orange Ocean. Now, you're going to notice that, like, coming up, I'm actually just going to skip a little thing right here, just going through this door. Elgato screwed up. Yeah, so when Elgato screwed up, it literally, like, froze in the middle of the recording, and, you know, it was up against the guy that I think would normally give you the body throw ability. But, not like it matters. He ended up just completely wrecking me anyway, so figured might as well skip on ahead. So that being said, why the hell did this come out so late? This should have come out on Saturday. What the hell? So, bottom line, moms happened. That's what. You know, for those who are, you know, just possibly joining the channel before and do not know, during the day, I work as a pastry chef in a restaurant. And when it comes to holidays, yeah, things can get a little hectic, you know, especially for a pastry chef, like, you know, where I'm dealing primarily with, like, desserts. You know, there are certain holidays that people, you know, you tend to be a lot more busy on, and Mother's Day is definitely a really big holiday. Like, it's a big holiday all around, but especially for a pastry person, because it's like, you know, of course, people are going to treat their moms to, you know, they're going to treat your moms to, like, cakes and desserts and such. And I was like, even at, like, my old job where I worked at a bakery, same thing, you know, so it was just a very, very big holiday, you know, and yeah, I mean, I kid you not, like, you know, Saturday, you know, I had tried to get ahead even, and I'm thinking, you know, okay, you know, the bulk of the people, they're gonna come, you know, actual Mother's Day, and, you know, they're gonna come for brunch on Saturday. So, did not take into account just how many people exactly would be like, yeah, Sunday's probably gonna be too busy, so let's go the night before. So, you know, several times, like, on the fly, I had to, like, make, like, oh, I gotta make a new round of tres leches cakes on the fly, because, you know, we're just, you know, people are just ordering them, and we're, you know, I just gotta make sure we got enough for, you know, Sunday. So, I believe I had posted this on Twitter, like, yeah, like, by the time I had actually, you know, clocked out and gotten into my car, it was, like, 8:30 at night. So that's like, there's no way I was gonna be able to have time to be able to record and edit and get this video up for you guys. It was just not going to happen, especially because I was going to wake up early the next day, you know, because again, brunch. That being said, so why did this not show up on Sunday? I think it was exhaustion. You know, don't get me wrong, like, you know, it was not nearly as bad. Like, you know, I got out regular time, you know, working, like, you know, pretty much a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 4 on a Sunday. So, you know, nothing really there. It was like, I mean, I kid you not. So, I get home, and I'm just like, okay, I know I got to record some stuff here, but, you know, I've been working my ass off for the past 2 days. I need a little chance to unwind. And I figure a good time to, you know, actually start even gathering the screenshots for the next Golden Wind Geek Out. Because we were able to record that on Friday, so I figured, okay, I'm just going to be watching JoJo again. You know, that'll be a good time to unwind for a little bit before I actually get into recording. I fell asleep. I kid you not. Like, must have been maybe 5-10 minutes perhaps into the episode, and I just fall asleep, and like laptop in my lap, and I wake up, and it's like, you know, 2 hours have passed. So I'm just like, oh my god. So, and I was still exhausted, you know. That's just the price you pay for working in the hospitality industry, you know. It's something that I don't think a lot of people really, truly understand. When you're working hospitality, whether you're a server, or you're a chef, or what have you, you know, I don't think people really understand, like, when it comes to holidays, you know, I mean, yeah, this is where we make the bulk of our money. You know, this is where, you know, yeah, people, yeah, they want to go out and celebrate for a special occasion. So we got Mother's Day, you know, it's also May, graduation season. You know, pretty much, you know, we got a lot of special occasions, you know, people graduating college, high school, what have you. So, yeah, pretty much a big celebratory month. And, you know, this is pretty much our job. Our job is, you know, to, you know, pretty much make you guys happy because you're going out to celebrate. So, this is just something that comes with the territory, you know, when it comes to a big holiday like that or a big special occasion, you're gonna work long, you're gonna work hard, you know, so, you know, don't get me wrong, I love my job, it's a lot of fun, but, you know, that is just something that, like, honestly, I see, like, a lot of people get a lot of misconceptions about with, you know, and I think it's because you watch things like Cake Boss, for example. And I can't even tell you, like, how many, like, people I've seen where they're just, like, you know, they watch something like Cake Boss and they're like, you know, oh, that looks like so much fun. I just sit on your ass and make cakes all day. It's like, oh, I can do that. Well, what you don't understand is, you know, it's not just the cakes that the Cake Boss makes. The guy owns a bakery. And what keeps the doors open is, you know, all the other stuff. You know, it's, you know, all the various pastries and baked goods. That's what you got to, you know, that's what you're doing primarily. Let alone, not only you doing that, you also have to make, like, you know, it's like, okay, you can, for example, you can make an eclair. That's cool. Can you make 100 of them in an hour? Because in this industry, you have to. So, it is not, you know, it's not an easy job, but man, if you can keep up with it, it's a very rewarding job. But, yeah, I just figured I'd, kind of give you a little bit of insight. I know I've had a couple of people, like, in some of our streams ask me some questions, like, you know, hey, what are some of your favorite things that you like to make? What's the strangest thing, or, like, the strangest request that you've ever had to do? You know, stuff like that. So, figured I'd throw you guys a little bit of insight as to, you know, what it is that I do outside of this channel. But, yeah, bottom line, that's what happened. You know, Mother's Day kicked my ass, and I was just too exhausted to work on it. So, you know, we are a couple of days late, but nevertheless, we are going to finish this. So, yeah, back to Orange-ishin. You know, I gotta say, like, I'm well aware that, like, you know, yeah, this kind of happened maybe, like, once or twice in previous episodes, but, I mean, I noticed, especially in Orange Ocean, that, you know, chugging aside, you notice that there's a lot that you can just skip by flying over, and kind of begs the question, well, what's the point of having the platforms and the enemies as obstacles when you can just simply fly over them with, like, no challenge whatsoever? That's, you know, that's just something I noticed. More so in the Orange Ocean than anywhere else, really. And that being said, you know, I do gotta say, you know, thank God at least that Kirby didn't go a little overboard on the underwater levels, you know, because obviously, you know, Orange Ocean, you know, you're gonna expect, like, you know, it's gonna be underwater themed. And I just gotta say, thank God it isn't, you know. Don't get me wrong, it's like, you know, there's some underwater levels I don't mind, like, for example, like, I don't necessarily mind, like, you know, the, like, modern day Mario levels, like, you know, the underwater ones, like, those are, you know, kind of fun, like Mario Odyssey, you know, I don't mind those. But when it comes to the retro games, my God, underwater levels can be unforgiving. I mean, it's like, you know, case in point, Labyrinth Zone in Sonic the frickin' Hedgehog. That is probably the reason why I don't like underwater levels in retro games, because, oh my God, I fucking hate Labyrinth Zone with a burning passion. So, you know, just, you know, thank you, Kirby, for at least, you know, varying it up a little bit. You know, it was like, you know, okay, you had your underwater level, but we got a pirate level. And then, I think coming up in a little bit, you're gonna get, like, an ice level. So, I mean, you know, and even here, where it's like, okay, you got a little bit of the platforming, the maze, and let's just throw some water in there, too. So it's like, you know, I like throwing in the different variations. So, yeah, thank you, Kirby, for providing that. hate that stupid little bomb thing, like whatever the fuck that is. And it's weird, because it's like, I don't know if this is getting caught in the recording or not, but it's like, I hear children outside. Like, I'm not, it's like, I just hear, like, I guess there's, you know, I guess we got a bunch of kids just playing or something. So it's like, fucking coconuts. But yeah, that's where I'm just like, I don't know if that's, I mean, I highly doubt it's gonna be caught in the recording, but, you know, still, children. Yeah, here we go. So, ice level. So. Yeah, it's like, yep, I recognize that igloo. Yeah, so lots of freezing abilities. You know, which, again, I don't really use all that often. And, a little bit of ice physics, you know. Nothing too bad, you know. Because, my god, yeah, again, that's where it's like, you know, you get like a little bit of a slide, but it's not like, you know, something so bad that like you can't even like control it. Dang, that was a lot of chug on that one. Where it's like, oh man. I have no, it's like, I guess the sparkles was too much for it to handle. That's another thing I don't get with this, with the ice power. Where it's like, you know, yeah, you freeze something and it's like, you would think, like, you know, let's play around with, like, the physics and shit, so it's like, yeah, you can't light a fuse with ice. You know, stupid. But, yeah, it's like you would think that, like, okay, you turn an enemy to a block of ice, it's gonna want to go up the hill. But no, it just goes straight ahead. That is just so weird to me. It's like, you know, because, yeah, I mean, you can see, like, there were times where, yeah, get out of the cannon. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, there were just times where I'm thinking, you know, okay, I'll just hit it up the hill and it'll hit whatever's coming up. And no, it just goes like straight left or right. It makes no sense. Alrighty. So, yeah, just gonna get through the one more level and then we get into the boss fight, which I totally fucking called, like, all the way back at the beginning. Like, you know, where I even mentioned where it was like, you know, like, all throughout this game, you know, we were just constantly meeting up with, like, Meta Knight's goons. And it was like, you know, I called it, like, you know, even then, where I was just like, okay, you know, just watch. It's probably gonna be, like, the second to last boss or something, where, you know, it's like, before I fight DDD, we're gonna fight Meta Knight. And, yeah, what a great display of the UFO power there. But yeah, sure enough, this is the fight. So, boss of this world is Meta Knight. And the Meta Knight fight, that's gonna be another one I'm gonna skip around a little bit, because, Meta Knight actually did give me a little bit of an issue. It's just a shame that I could not bring the UFO power into this, because it's like, yeah, it's basically beam plus laser. Which, you know, it's like, okay, that works for me. It's like, you know, again, I didn't really use the laser power all that much, but beam? Fuck yeah. Alright, sure. Fighting these chuckleheads. There we go. Yeah. unfortunately. Not all that bad. But yeah, it's like, you know, I did like the UFO ability a lot. It's a shame that, like, it's like, again, like, that's a power I really like. And it's like, yeah, this is really, like, the only time, like, I really noticed it. Like, I'm sure it had popped up at some point, like, maybe, like, earlier on in the level. But I never got it, really, until now. So, it's where I was like, oh, dang, man, you know. Wish we could have some more fun with that UFO power. Speaking of which, last time we gotta fight little freaking Goonies. It's like, here I am thinking, you know, okay, maybe now I can try and use the ice powers. And yeah, not agreeing with me, so it's like, fuck it, we'll just go old school.
Stop exploding, you cowards!
Alrighty, so thank God I don't have to fight those Goonies anymore, but now it's actually time to fight Meta Knight himself. Get it. Okay, I'll gladly take sword. I like sword.
Good, but I would say it's horrible yet terrible. Ugly yet disgusting. You suck.
And now that I have offended you all with my stupidity, let's actually fight Meta Knight for real. So that being said, I'm actually kind of curious, just what is it exactly that registers getting a hit with Meta Knight? Because it's like, there have been times where it's like, yeah, like right there, like, you know, I'm hitting him, and he kind of like parries or something. So, I mean, I'm assuming it's something like maybe I gotta hit him from behind. But I mean, even then, there were some times where I take a swipe, and, you know, he parries from behind, or I'll swipe him in the front, and he, you know, he absolutely gets hit. So, I'm just curious in these retro games, like, yeah, can anyone, like, really explain to me just what is it exactly that registers as a hit against Meta Knight compared to, you know, every other time? And off he goes. Alrighty, so with that said, yeah, we are almost done. So, so join us next for, not only are we going to do the next level, we are also going to go right into the one after that. So there's technically 8 levels, but the final level is really just the final boss. So we're just going to finish it all in one more video. So we'll see you guys then.